Ladies and gentlemen, the show we've all been waiting for, Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present REP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts, Kim Purvis and Allison Robinson. Live every Thursday night on Spreaker, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Be sure to check out their Facebook page, REP Paranormal Busters.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, hey everyone, welcome to another night of REP Paranormal and Friends. We have a special guest tonight. We have author, you do your own podcast, you investigate, Eve Evans. So welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't you give us a little bit of background on yourself? How did you become an author? What made you interested in becoming an author?
Well, honestly, when I was 7, I wanted to be an author. I liked English and stuff like that, but the paranormal started when I lived in haunted houses.
Ooh.
And I've lived in a couple, honestly, almost my whole life. Like, I just realized last year I'm an empath.
Okay.
I did not know that was a thing, because I know I'm not psychic, but I get things coming to me sometimes. And it seems like I'm more of a paranormal empath. Like, they just kind of flock to me. Like, this house that I'm in right now, I get EVPs in it all the time. And it's slightly haunted, I would say, because I've lived in a really bad house. But the one I lived in before this one was really bad. It was so bad I had to get medicated.
Oh,
I thought I was
wow.
going crazy because I was scared to get sleep or anything. Do you want me to tell you about that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Yes, go for it.
So when we first moved in, my husband and I have like a blended family. So he has 2 kids, I have 2 kids, and we have one together. So there's 5 kids. So we're sitting downstairs watching TV, and the stairs are right next to the living room, like in between the kitchen and the living room. And we hear da 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 down the hallway. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And my daughter, I think, was 5 at the time, and she's scared of the dark. So she'd run down the hallway to go to the bathroom. So at first I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, it's just her going to the bathroom. And then we both looked at each other at the same time, and we're like, wait a minute, your kids aren't here. And I had a 6-month-old sleeping upstairs, that's it, and he can't walk.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it sounded like a little kid. So we finally got up and we went up and investigated. Obviously, we found nothing. That was the first thing that was odd. And then there would be banging on our wall that seemed like it was coming from my son's closet. And like I said, he's 6 months old. So it would be like a cop knock in the middle of the night on his side of the closet. And there's nothing in his closet because we have it in his changing table. And it would be so crazy. It would shake our entire bed, including our headboard, and wake us up. So that happened, I don't know, 5+ times. And that one really scared me because I didn't like being woken up that way. Yeah. And then we would both have night terrors or sleep paralysis. At first it was, I would get it like once a year before this. So it wasn't like uncommon for me. But at first it was like once a month. Then it was like every other week. And then it got to the point where it was every other night. So I was also scared to sleep because of that. Then my girls started telling me that they saw a shadow woman in their bedroom at night. like standing in the doorway between the hall. And this is them talking to us on different occasions. So my girls had told me that, and then his daughter had told him that separately. And then we were talking about it, and we were like, what? So they're seeing the same thing. Because they were all in the same room, because it was a huge room. Another time, I'm downstairs. My office is downstairs. I'm working, and we have this claw machine from Walmart. It's like a mini claw machine, and it plays circus music. And as the claw gets closer to dropping, it goes faster.
Oh my
So
god!
it's like clown music.
Yeah,
So
gosh.
But at least it was during the day.
Yeah.
So I'm working. My 6-month-old is sleeping, and I hear da 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 da, and I'm like, what the heck? Why is that going off?
Yeah.
So I go upstairs, and I'm like, oh, it's plugged in. Maybe it's glitching. I unplug it. Go downstairs, start working again. It goes off again. And I'm freaked out. I call my husband, and he's like, did you check for batteries? And I'm like, oh, okay. Not feeling so crazy now.
Yeah.
Take the batteries out. Go back to work. Like 5-10 minutes later, it goes off again.
Oh my god.
And I know there's nothing in it. So that time, I really started freaking out. And I think we threw it in the trash. Pretty sure we did.
Yeah.
But there were times where the kids had like Furbies, and in the middle of the night, they would go off. But I hear that's kind of a common one, that sometimes they freak out. So that may not have been paranormal, but at the time it freaked me out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. There was just so much stuff. Middle of the night, some of the drawers in our bathroom would be open when you went, and we didn't open all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know. Just so many things. That house, I hated that house. I was scared to sleep in it. And we finally moved out. And then the house after that, I actually didn't really notice much, except my daughter, who was 5 in that house, started sleepwalking a lot.
Uh-huh.
And doing really creepy things.
Oh no.
But I don't think that was really paranormal, honestly. This house has had some smaller paranormal things, like a bag flew in the air, but it didn't look like a breeze, and it wasn't next to a vent.
Oh.
And it looked like it was tossed in the air. And my husband, I told him that this house is haunted, and he was like, whatever. And I'm like, okay. And then he saw that, it was like right in front of his face, and he was like, okay, maybe. And I'm like, right?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. There's other stuff. A pizza box moved next to my daughter when she was talking to me, and she freaked out. She says she heard whispering under my bed, so she refuses to be in my room by herself.
Oh no.
We caught EVPs here. One says chill out. One says, hey, hi, I'm here. And I mean, those two are clear as day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't EVP all the time. I used to EVP more, but it seems like when I do it, it stirs stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
So I've had to chill out on it a little bit here. But yeah. And then I had a house before that with my ex that was haunted too. So
are you sure you don't have
something crazy?
Are you sure you don't have something that like follows you from like house
You
to
know,
house?
I have an EVP that says it followed you here.
Oh, okay.
And I've wondered if something is attached to me. So
that's kind of the vibe I was getting. So I was like, I was wondering maybe if something.
Yeah, I think something is attached to me or following me. I think maybe because I'm an empath, and it just likes the fact that I guess I understand it, kind of. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
I believe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with your books, like I was looking on Amazon, you have a ton of books. Like, where do you get all your ideas? Are these like from personal experiences? Are they from other people that you know that have shared their experiences with you?
I have interviewed people from all over the entire world. Like, any country, I've interviewed them. I take their stories, their interviews, and I rewrite them more in story format. So sometimes I do add a little bit of dialogue to go with the story because they didn't really give me any, and I want to give it like a story feel. But other than that, they're not changed at all. So they're just people's experiences. My last book, was True Ghost Stories of First Responders that I released last month.
Mhm.
And I interviewed 911 dispatchers, firemen, police, all sorts of people about their ghostly experiences or things they can't explain.
Mhm.
And that was my favorite because I thought it was just creepier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it would be too. Yeah, I just saw that one had come out, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to get that one because I've seen, you know, some of the things on TV and whatnot, but I've always wondered, you know, could those places be haunted? Could something be in those places? Because, you know, you have so many deaths and everything. I don't know why they would want to hang around a hospital, but you never know. Like you just never know. And
But some of them might not know they're dead.
dead. That's true. Yeah.
And they're just walking around trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Or in denial. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh wow.
It's creepy. Yeah. That one was definitely my favorite.
That one's your favorite.
Yep.
Excuse me. I got a sneeze building up. Uh-oh. It never fails. I always have to sneeze during a show, and then I try to hold it as long as I can. Never
They
fails.
look forward to it. They're waiting. They're waiting for the sneeze.
Yeah, I know they are. Probably. No, they're waiting for us to hear sound like robots because like I told you before the show, we were having some issues with our sound and we sounded like robots or like I don't know. They said it was like they were tripping on shrooms or something when they listened to us. I don't know if they prefer that more or the clear version of us tonight.
Nice. Well, that's an interesting show. I'll have to go back and listen to that one.
There's several of them that are like that.
Nice.
Yeah, Angie's in chat. She says it sounds like you probably have an attachment also. So, yeah.
I've been wondering for sure.
Mhm. Oh yeah. I was like, well, you know, from house to house. I wondered if maybe there was something not tagging along with you. But let's see here. Okay, so are there any other areas that you have or investigated other than your home?
Yeah. I've done a prison and I've done multiple graveyards. I'm planning a trip this summer to hopefully go to the Crescent Hotel, which is in Arkansas.
Oh,
I don't know if you know much about that one.
No, I don't know anything about that place.
So I have two that are on my bucket list, like the top. There's the Cecil Hotel, which mostly everybody knows about that.
Yep.
And then the Crescent Hotel in Arkansas. So that one was a guy pretended to be a doctor in the 1800s. And back in that day, they had miracle waters. And he goes, oh, these miracle waters will cure ailments like cancer. And so these people flocked there because they were going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And they put their hope into this guy that this water was going to save them, like drinking it and bathing in it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't, obviously. It was all fake. And the guy never even had a license to practice medicine, even though for 20 plus years he practiced medicine on these people in this place.
Oh,
this place had its own bakery. It had its own shops. It got so huge. It was like a mini town in itself. And it's still there. They renovated it. It's like a little town area. I want to go there so bad. But these people died, and he would have them write letters to their families saying they were going on trips. And like when they died, he buried them on the property, and no one knew they died.
Gosh.
Or if they found out what he was doing, he murdered them.
Oh, wow.
So hundreds, thousands dead.
Oh.
And finally, he got caught for something completely different. And one of the nurses kind of tattled on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started digging up the grounds and started finding bodies.
Oh, my God.
So it's a crazy story. Like, look into it. And it's apparently rumored to be haunted by so many ghosts. So I want to go that really bad.
Shay wanted to know, is he the one that was a magician too?
I don't think so. I don't think he was a magician.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard of this place, so this is interesting. I definitely got to look this up. If I can get my pen to write.
Crescent Hotel in Arkansas.
Crescent.
It's so pretty. When you look at the pictures, you're like, oh, it looks like it's a spa now, a hotel and spa. So,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
You get to relax with ghosts.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be crazy? You're sitting in like a, like one of those mud bath things, and something just like pops up in there. Or
Right?
something. You never know.
Like The Grudge.
Yeah.
The Grudge. I don't know. Yeah, you're like, do you want some cucumbers for your eyes? No, I'm good. I want to be aware.
Yeah. I want to see what's happening around me.
I wouldn't close my eyes there.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the paranormal. You said that you've always had stuff from like a younger age. Did you see things?
Yeah.
Did you experience things at a younger age then?
I remember as early as 4. I woke up in the middle of the night, and this is so hard to explain because, like, obviously it's a little bit fuzzy, but it's really hard to explain. So, when there's dust particles in the air, and I don't know if you've seen what they look like at night.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of like, I woke up to go to the bathroom, and they were like, there was some floating in the air, and I was like watching them, and they like kind of formed a person.
Oh,
And I followed it down the hallway outside my parents' room and then just like dissipated. And that was the first time I saw something weird. And I didn't even think it was like ghostly until I got older. And I was like, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my friend and I, when I was 8, we played Bloody Mary in the bathroom that adjoined in my room. And I had this really long dresser with a huge mirror on it.
Mm-hmm.
We were looking in the mirror afterwards on my dresser, just talking and looking in there. I don't even know what we were doing. But I happened to look in the mirror, and above the door behind me, I could see a man's head. Just his head, no body, but like almost at the ceiling of the doorway. And so it was between the bathroom door and my door. So we were terrified to run out of the room because it was right where we needed to leave.
Yeah.
But when I looked back at it, not in the mirror, it wasn't there. So I was like super freaked out. She was freaked out. She couldn't see it. And I was like, no, it's there. There's man there. And like 20 minutes before that went away, we were freaking out. There was that. I don't remember a lot of experiences in my house growing up. I know I had reoccurring nightmares all the time that were ghostly. I don't know if they had anything to do with empathy or whatever. But my first husband and I moved into one of my dad's rentals, and I should have known, but I wasn't 100% believing in ghosts, so it was just odd to me. I was renovating it, and he went to lunch, and at this point I didn't know I was going to live in it yet, and the prior renter showed up with her 4-year-old daughter, and I'm downstairs shoveling up the carpet because it's a concrete floor. And she goes, "Have you run into any ghosts yet?" And I'm like, that's an odd thing to say in front of your 4-year-old daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, okay, no, why? This house is haunted. And the daughter goes, yeah, there's a guy. So there's an under the stairs storage thing in the basement, and it's not finished. And they said that there's a guy who walks out of there sometimes wearing chains. And so that's why I thought it was silly. I'm like, I really don't think ghosts wear chains and go, ooh.
Yeah, right.
So I kind of brushed it off. So after we moved in, my daughter was, I don't know, 6 months old maybe. At the end of the hall of our room is the attic, like straight outside our door. And a little bit to the left is my daughter's room. So I had a dream, this girl who's like 18 with wet hair and very definitely dead, walked down from my attic and into my room and watched me sleep. And while she watched me sleep, I could see myself sleeping.
Oh, weird.
And I woke up and was like, that was really freaky nightmare. I don't like that. So I went to go get a glass of water out of the kitchen. We didn't use the attic. Just to clarify, we didn't use the attic since we'd moved in. The attic door was wide open. So I was pretty freaked out, and I did not like that dream at all. I could not explain it. I asked my husband, did you go up in the attic? No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't do it. Obviously, my daughter couldn't walk. So that was a little freaky. And then after that, I was taking a nap. This is fast forward a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter was like 2, and it sounded like a cop knock on my bedroom door. This is why I think it follows me, because that also was a cop knock.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there for a minute going, okay, is that really happening? So I finally opened my bedroom door and look, obviously in the hallway, there's no one because no one else is home. I'm like, maybe somebody knocked on the front door so loud, it just sounded like it was on my bedroom door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No one was out front. Walked around the entire house. No one. Went back, laid down, shut my door, laid back down. It did it again, like every 5 minutes. So finally, and I did the same thing, checked the front door, walked around the entire house because I thought somebody was messing with me. And I finally laid down, but I left my door a little ajar, and it never happened again. So I think whatever it was did not want me to shut the door while I took a nap.
That is so weird.
That's the only thing I could figure out. And my husband never believed me. He would make fun of me, actually, sometimes. He'd be like, haha, yeah, that's silly. And so I'm downstairs working in my office, and one day he comes running down the stairs, freaking out. And he's like, we gotta bless the house. We gotta bless the house. And I was like, oh, were you trying to take a nap? And he's like, yes, I totally heard it. Like, okay. So that kind of made me laugh, and I still laugh about it today to him because, yeah. And we did bless the house, and stuff still happened once in a while, but it didn't happen like that anymore. It wasn't really pronounced. But I did take pictures one time down the stairs because I felt like I just had bad feelings downstairs. And so I took a couple shots. I wish I saved them because they're on a, back then when you had like crappier phones like a BlackBerry and stuff.
Oh, yep.
But I had orbs. I mean, I took a picture of the stairs one time. There was like 40 orbs on it. And it freaked me out. And I was like, that has to be dust because that's a lot of orbs. So I don't know if I don't like orb pictures because I don't know how to determine which one. But yeah, that house freaked me out. I did have a night terror in that house. And I woke up to the old hag screaming in my face.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, like, I felt my eardrums were going to explode.
Holy crap.
Then I Googled it. And I saw the lady everybody sees. I said, woman screaming in my face. That's all I put in there. And that lady's face showed up in Google. And then I read about that and how many people have seen her. And I was like, how is that possible? So
insane.
I have seen an old hag one time.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you.
Have you seen a shadow person?
Yeah, actually I used to, when I was younger, I used to, have 2 of them that stood by my bed. One was taller, one was smaller. The smaller one was there first, and then the taller one later. They used to stand by my bed and watch me sleep, and it would freak me out. It would really freak me out. Like, I was little, and I would talk to them. My mom said sometimes it sounded like I was talking in, like, a different language or something to them. And so, yeah,
that's creepy.
And sometimes I'd be laughing or crying, whatever, and yeah, it was very interesting. I don't know who they are. I still haven't figured it out. Kim and I like to go over there and investigate when they're not home, when they're gone for the weekend. So just to try to figure it out. Yeah.
Especially when we got new equipment to
Yeah,
try.
especially when we have new equipment. We go over there to try it out. So but
there you go. Do you guys get stuff?
We do. We've gotten my dad's name on the spirit box because this is kind of a funny story. We all went over there. My parents were at my house, and we're like, okay, they're over here. Let's run across the street. My parents live across the street, and we're like, let's go do an SB7 box, see what happens. Walk up there, and of course, my dad's tidy whities are laying on the floor in the living room. And Gina, that's part of our group, we turned the spirit box on. She's like, whose underwear are this on the floor? And then it says me, and it says Mike. My dad's name is Mike. So It literally said it was his
Wow.
underwear on the floor. But
Nice.
but yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Other than that, I
So
mean,
did you figure out who the shadow people are?
no, we don't know who they are yet.
We ain't got no names yet.
Yeah, they won't give us any names. We have ideas, but nothing that really says that it's definite of who we think it is. So we'll keep trying, but you never know.
Nice.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No. It's kind of fun. It's like a puzzle.
I know. It is. It is. Oh, man. Somebody said dirty whites. Dirty whitey tighties on the floor, probably. Anybody have any questions in chat? If you do, feel free to shout them out in here. Kim and I watch the chat, so that way we can ask. All right, we've got quite a few people in here tonight. Oh, Shay wants to know what your podcast is.
Well, I have 4. So
Man.
the ghost that haunts me, I know. I'm an overachiever. The ghost that haunts me is when I interview people about their ghostly experiences. And Forever Haunted is one I do with my husband, and we talk about everything ghostly, from ghostly locations to paranormal activity to different types of ghosts, all that kind of stuff. A Truly Haunted podcast, I play stories from my books on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 per episode.
Oh, cool.
And then Bone Chilling Tales is a podcast I just started because I have a YouTube channel. And so it's basically the same material on my YouTube channel, just audio instead of video and audio.
Oh.
And that one is 3 stories per episode. And they're also from my books, but some of them are also creepypastas and other creepy stories that aren't true. So, yeah. Many.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you are busy. I don't know how you have time for all that.
Sometimes I don't either, honestly. I'm like, what was I thinking?
I know. I have a hard time keeping up with just one podcast right now. Kim's like, yeah. Let alone 4. That's awesome, though. That is really awesome. We'll have to make sure that. Oh my God.
We'll get them up on our.
Yeah,
pages.
we'll get them up on our social media. I'm just dropping things. Don't mind me.
You disappeared. Where'd you go?
I know. I lost my head.
You turned into a ghost.
You know, we've had Kevin Killen on here a few times, and it's like every time he's on, like one time he saw a shadow like thing walk behind Kim and I on the camera. There's always stuff happens with him on here, like the lights flicker.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
he's awesome. He's so fun.
He is. He's so fun. He's pretty soon he's gonna be like a regular on the show. I think he's been on like 3 times now. So
And always something happens.
yeah, and always something happens.
Nice. He's like stirring them up for you.
I
think
guess so. I guess.
Because that was about the time that light come on in my room.
Oh
Started
yeah.
coming on.
Yeah, Kim had a light come on in her room, like what?
A battery operated candle that
Yeah.
like we use on our ghost hunts.
Yeah.
Have one sitting in my room. It's been there since I was a kid. And batteries were dead and it came on.
Yeah.
Ugh. When Kevin was on?
Shortly after he was on, it came on when I went to bed.
So all you do when that happens after he's on, you go, dang it, Kevin!
I know, right?
Blame it on Kevin.
Yeah, blame it all on him. I tell him every time, I'm like, there's always something that happens when you're on the show. Always. I know. He's got some attachments too. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then he's going to do, I think he's working on a book of haunted battlegrounds. And
Yeah.
so jealous because I'm on the other side of the United States. I'm over, in Idaho next to California and Oregon. So he's got the cool side of the United States.
Yeah.
All the history.
I know.
So I'm a little lost. Yeah.
Yeah, Kim is
So
too.
easy.
Kim is too. She likes all the battlefields. we'd like to go to some of those places, Gettysburg and stuff.
I'm a Civil War buff. I read everything about the Civil War. So
Have you guys seen videos on that where people have paranormal investigated out there?
yeah, I've seen
So
some.
yeah, I haven't seen.
have
a
you
whole
seen the
lot,
ones where they're videoing and they don't see anything when they're seeing it, but when they play it back, you can see ghosts. So they have people that look like they're crawling on the ground and then they're slowly getting up, but they're definitely dead.
Oh,
I
my God.
Have you seen those?
No.
They're so creepy.
I haven't seen those, but I've seen the ones that were standing by the cannons at Gettysburg.
Oh.
They caught them on film. That you could see right through them, but there was like 3 men standing by the cannons.
Huh.
Gettysburg. Yeah, this one was at Gettysburg too that I saw.
Oh, no.
It was on Google.
Shay's
No,
been
look
to
it up.
Gettysburg. She said it's awesome. She's been there, I think, a couple times. So she's
Well,
probably
it's not
got some
just the
stories.
battlefield, actually. I think the
Yeah.
whole entire town is haunted.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it with everything that's gone on there, but
Yeah.
Shay, is the
I
whole
know.
town haunted?
She's like, most definitely, yes. She's like, you're evil.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I held it in again. I held it in. So, do you have any more books in the makings, or?
I just released my first fictional book.
Uh-huh.
It's a novella called The Haunting of Hartley House. And that one is for pre-order. It comes out in March.
Oh, okay.
So I've done 20 real ghost story anthologies.
Mhm.
So I was trying to switch it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I was like, holy cow. I'm just like, man, there's a ton of books. I'm like, which ones do I do?
I know. I've done hospitals, hotels, real ghost stories that are random, ones about loved ones, first responders, haunted objects. And so I was kind of like, I want to do some fiction, but I am going to do one about near-death experiences and a whole book about cryptids.
Oh, yeah, those would be good. Those would be really good as well. Oh, yeah, the haunted objects ones. I was going to ask you about that. Do you think the objects can actually be haunted?
Yes and no. So I think yes, but I wonder, I guess. It depends. But I know that we have energy and that when we pass, our energy goes somewhere. Like, obviously, usually back to the earth. But I think in cases of like traumatic death, I think it could haunt an object. It could transfer energy to an object. So I guess yes. But in some cases, I wonder about some claims.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know if dolls kill people. So.
Yeah.
But makes good TV.
It does make for good TV, that's for sure.
But do you think objects could be haunted?
You know, I'm not really sure. I mean, objects, I think what happens is if somebody passes away and there's something that they really like, they may attach themselves to it. You know, or go with that object or stay with that object. But I don't know if they actually become haunted themselves, the object, if that makes sense. Like for instance, at Malvern with that doll. I don't think the actual doll was haunted.
I don't think the doll was haunted.
I think there's something that
wanted
liked
to throw
the
the doll at us.
Yeah, I think that something liked the doll and didn't like us touching the doll, and that's why they threw it at us. But
I think they got mad at us and threw it.
Yeah.
Because that was twice.
So,
it happened to us twice.
Yeah, it happened twice.
So where was this that you had a doll thrown at you?
At Malvern Manor in Malvern, Iowa. Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of that one.
Yep.
You'll have to go to our page and look at it because it's what they call the scream around the world. Allison screams so bad you can't.
I wasn't expecting it.
Don't like dolls, huh?
No, well, we were sitting there. I told her, I kept telling her that there was something bad about it because we were there a couple weeks prior to that. And the doll had moved on us. Like it turned its head at us and stuff. And I was like, there's something not right. There's something with that doll. And, we're on one of our live feeds and we're talking about the ball and how it moved all around and da 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 da. Next thing you know, you see this doll and it goes leg first, like this. Like just.
Oh my gosh.
The legs shattered on the freaking doll, and Kim had to super glue the legs back on it.
The doll.
Oh my god.
The doll was heavy. It should have fell head first, but it came feet first.
Yeah, feet
Oh,
first.
so it was like thrown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Not gravity. That was a throw.
Yep.
They were just saying hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they got our attention, that's for sure.
Right? Are you guys gonna go back?
Oh,
yeah.
we've been there so many times. That's
our home away from home almost.
Home away from home. We actually have a 2-nighter this summer there, so it'll be our first 2-nighter. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
If we can.
That'll be in August.
That'll be in August. Yeah.
Because they were booked clear up to August. Now I could only get into August.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, but yeah,
I can't wait.
I know. Kim's excited. We're excited. We're tired of being cooped up. We want to get out to these places. Like,
I know it's hard. I wanted to investigate too, and so I can pretty much only do the prison here, and I've already done that. I caught an EVP from the prison here saying it's in hell, and it's like a creepy, demonic. It's in hell.
Oh wow!
And then there's like a slam. I'll just send you some of these. Some of them are really creepy.
Send them. That's interesting. I like to hear those things. I like to look them up, listen to them. Those are my favorite. Like, what's your favorite equipment to use? Like, what do you like to use?
I really like to do spirit box. I think it's kind of cool. Sometimes it's hard to understand what's being said, but I think that's my favorite. I've also watched that show on Amazon too, where they take a spirit box and they try to solve crimes. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen that. That'd be interesting.
It's kind of like Unsolved Crime. I forgot what it's called, but it's these two guys and then a couple other people, and they walk around trying to solve unsolved murders with a spirit box. And they've actually solved a couple, which is super creepy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I never even heard of it. I'll have to Google it or something and see if I can come up with that.
No, I like the spirit box, and then I like the, oh my gosh, I'm totally drawing a blank. Where it shows your body heat, I'm drawing a blank on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The thermal camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, the thermal camera. I like that one. Because I've seen things appear on there that I cannot explain, and some of them don't always look like people. They look like they could be partially people. So, I don't know. I like that one too, but it is also creepy. Because you're like, there's something there, but it's not there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Usually when we use our thermal camera, I go, Allison, I think I see something. Walk down there and let's see if it matches.
Yeah, she makes me walk down there by
it. And you're like, yay, I'm so excited. That's funny.
Okay, we have a question from Darren. He wants to know, what scares you the most on an investigation?
I think it's probably loud noises, because I've been touched before, and it's, I haven't been hit or anything, and to me it feels almost like spider webs, kind of, like it's kind of light, but loud noises that I'm not expecting, I think scares me the most, because I'll jump super high if there's something really loud, like when my headboard was shaking and pounding on my wall. Like, that was the worst thing out of that whole house for me. So yeah, loud noises, don't really like those. So, but I do feel energies. Like when I went to the prison, the Idaho State Penitentiary, we walked through it, and I was drawn to cell 4 in the first building we went to. And I just, in my mind, I saw this black mist. And I was like, there's just something evil in there. And I couldn't get it out of my head. And then when we were leaving after investigating that building, the lady goes, did anybody catch any pictures in cell 4? because there's a guy who killed himself, and he's apparently been seen as a shadow figure and throws things at people sometimes through the bars. And I'm like,
Wow.
my husband looked at me and was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And I'm like, "I told you, I see things." Sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm off.
Yep, I hear
yeah.
ya. Let's see here.
So what scares you guys?
What scares us?
This has to be a double question.
You know, I don't get scared too easily. The one time I did get scared was that doll because I was caught off guard. But other than that, I hear the bangs. I've been touched. I've, had my hair played with, everything. Like, I've had to go out and be saged multiple times.
Yeah.
But it's nothing. I mean, I haven't come across anything yet other than that doll because I was caught off by surprise. And that the door at Farrar did get me because I wasn't expecting that either. But we were sitting in the principal's office.
Oh.
And I said, "Did I piss you off, Afa?" And then the door was like, brrr, like,
oh, that's right.
Right next to me.
No.
I jumped in. I was like, "Oh gosh, here we go." But other than that, no, I don't get scared too easily. Anything for you?
It just noises if I'm off guard a little bit, but other than that, I really, I go in as a skeptic, so pretty much most of the time it scares me is when we have to take you out and sage you. I gotta keep an eye on you instead of watch my investigation.
Well, that's because she's talking smack to the ghost if she's asking him if she pissed him off.
I know.
Yeah. But there was one time I was really scared when we had to take her out because her eyes turned black and she wanted to kill me. We just could not get her back.
Ugh. That's freaky. Why didn't you say that freaked you out?
I know. I don't
Do you not remember it?
See, I don't remember these. Like, I was literally doing a Facebook Live. Like, I was filming her doing dowsing rods. And next thing you know, I'm outside in the grass. Like, I don't remember.
But she wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
She threw my St. Michael's pendants. Uh-huh. She threw them at me. We gave her some kind of stone to help have her hang on to. She threw that at me. I got psychics on speed dial. We're calling them, trying to get their help. We're saging her and everything else, and it's like, oh, are we going to get this done?
Angie's like, yes. Angie, that's in our group. She has witnessed it. She had to help her and her teammate Jill. They witnessed it and she texted me like a week later, and she's like, I've been so tired from like the last week that drained her so bad. I'm like, you and me both. Like, I don't remember any of it, but
you haven't had a bad spell like that for a long time since we've learned how to get you grounded before we go in.
Yeah, true. I opened myself up, I think, a little too much, so.
Yeah. So you let it in.
I did.
Good.
No, yeah.
Do you know what it was?
Nope.
Well, first, I did have an attachment from Malvern at one point for quite a while, but that one was taken care of last year and something else took over. We don't know what it is, so yeah, kind of interesting, but a little scary.
So you like your friends?
Yeah.
You like to collect friends.
I collect friends.
She does.
I do.
Some of us have lots of friends.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, let's see here.
So what's your scariest adventure? I know you're supposed to be interviewing me. I'm totally interviewing you.
It's okay. No worries.
I like your stories.
It happens. I mean, those are pretty much our ones. Like, we had the doll, which totally caught us off by surprise, because I had this ping pong ball, and we were sitting in what they call Inez's room at Malvern. And I'm like, can you roll this ball to me? Can you roll it back to me? So I rolled it down and went underneath the dresser where the doll had been sitting. Not only did it go under the dresser, it came out from under the dresser It went around a toy, and I'm sitting behind the closet. Here's the closet. The door is open. It comes out like it's going to go out in the hallway, comes around the door, and comes back to me. And then shortly after that is when the doll goes, psh, phew. Yeah. I would say that's my scariest. Kim's like, it freaks her out when I get all crazy, I guess, but I don't remember any of it, so I can't say it freaks me out too much because I don't know what's going on, I guess.
Do they video it so you can see it later? The weird stuff that you do?
No, they haven't. I think they should. I think somebody should.
Yeah, because then that'll freak you out.
How can I videotape you when I've got speed dial going?
That's true. Somebody else has to get their phone going and videotape it while you're speed dialing.
Nice. Yeah, I would. So you can always see what goes on, if you're in a trance state or whatever.
Yeah. I just start, I start to see my tunnel or whatever. And there's this one male voice that comes to me every time. And then that seems to be what hits me. And next thing I know, I'm out in the grass somewhere. So, yeah. Oh, let's see. We do have another question in chat here. They want to know what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you on an investigation.
Probably, I would have to say it was the prison. So we were sitting in what was the shirt factory, and I was sitting in front of the showers. I know it's really weird, but they have like this old shirt factory area, and then there were showers behind it. And apparently a guy murdered another guy in the shower area. And I'm sitting in front of that, and we're doing quiet time so we can EVP.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I felt like somebody was caressing the side of my face, so it was kind of tingly, but also kind of felt like spider webs is the best way I can think to describe it. But it wasn't like a breeze because it felt like it was brushing up the side of my face for like a minute or two. And then it kind of just went off my forehead and just stopped.
Oh, wow.
And then I played back the EVP, and that's when I got "It's in Hell." And so at first I didn't care about the touch because it wasn't like bad. But when I heard the EVP that was caught, that sounded like it was right next to me saying "It's in Hell" and then like a slam, I was like, no, I'm not so happy something touched me.
Yeah.
Oh, that one for sure, I think. Because it just was, I don't know, too close to me, I think. But I haven't had anything like a doll thrown at me or anything, but yeah, I've had weird stuff happen in my house, but nothing like that in an investigation yet.
Okay, very nice. I'm trying to think if I ever had anything. I mean, stuff used to move in my house when I was younger. Doors used to open and pots used to go, but my oldest daughter, when she goes over there, I don't know if it's happened recently, but I know when she was younger, she was freaked out to go over there because she's kind of sensitive to all this stuff. And she would go over there, and whatever's over at my parents' house would like to play with her because she'd be sitting on the couch, my parents wouldn't be around. And she'd be watching the Ellen show, and next thing you know, it would turn to a Western. The TV would just automatically turn to a Western. Or they would talk to her or touch her. She hated sleeping over there when she was younger. Like, she didn't ever want to stay the night at Grandma's. She doesn't like to go. She's going to be 17 here in April, and she still doesn't like to go over there by herself. She just won't do it.
And that's a house that had the shadow people, right? For
you? Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we've taken her on one investigation with us. She was fine till about midnight, and then we were headed down to Farrar at the boiler room, and she wouldn't go down because there's too many. She would not go down there.
Yeah.
She was done after that.
Yeah.
She was good till then.
Yep. After that, nope. You couldn't get her to do anything else after that. She's like, there's way too many of them. So
does she see and hear them, or?
I think she does. I ask her. I try to talk to her about it, but she just kind of shuts up about it. But she did say when we were at Farrar that she sensed a bunch of people around there that weren't really humans, like alive, and it freaked her out. And she did see a shadow type person up in the auditorium during the day. Like they were doing a day walkthrough or whatever, and her and her friend, and she saw it and she's like, nope, I'm done. She's like, not happening anymore.
So she stayed in the safe room, so I didn't have the heart to tell her there is no safe room. They're in there too, but I didn't tell her that. Nope, I didn't want to.
You're like, this room's safe. Not really, but
Yeah.
mind over matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Let's see. I think we had another question here. It's just they're commenting so much. Okay. I know you said one of your bucket lists, but what else is on your bucket list? Darren would like to know.
Well, the Crescent Hotel in Arkansas is probably number 1. The Cecil Hotel is number 2. And then the Winchester Mystery House is definitely number 3.
Oh,
So
yeah,
those are my
that's
top 3. Have you guys been to that one yet? The Winchester?
No. That is a neat place, but I have not been there yet. I would like to go there. We'd love to do some more out-of-state stuff.
I am this year.
Yeah, you are.
You don't get to go. Sorry.
I know, I don't get to go, but...
No.
I get to go to Waverly.
So,
Yeah.
oh, you gonna go to Waverly, the sanatorium?
Yep, in July.
Yeah.
Oh, jealous. Nice.
I know. It's like...
So, do you guys think the Winchester really changes its shape and everything? What they claim?
I don't know if it... I don't know if it does. I wonder if it's just maybe the layout, and maybe you get kind of disoriented in it. I mean, it would be cool if it did change its layout, but I don't know. It might
I'm
be
like
just
you.
the way it's
I don't
built.
think so.
Yeah, I think it's just the way it's built, the way it's designed, that you just get kind of turned around, honestly.
Yeah, or there's so many rooms and some of them might look similar
Yeah.
that you think that you were by it, but you really didn't, or yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or somebody just can't count.
Yeah, that's true,
they they count wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it sounds cool that it could change its own shape. So I'm intrigued enough to want to go. So.
Definitely.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Is there any other ones? Holy cow. Okay, come on, people.
I didn't.
I'm just trying to see if there's any other questions in here. The comments are coming in so fast, I can't.
I know I haven't been able to keep up.
I think that was... Any more questions? Anybody?
I'm not seeing any yet.
I don't have any yet, but it always takes a few seconds for them to come in. Oh, I do know one, because Darren usually asks this question for every podcast. I don't want to forget it, and he hasn't said it yet, so I'm going to beat him to it. But what is the one thing in this world that you would not want to be haunted?
Anything.
That I would not want to be haunted?
Mm-hmm.
Like me personally, or just that's creepy if I thought about it haunted?
Anything. Doesn't matter. Like an object or anything that can belong to you, or...
So it should be personal?
It can be.
No?
Yeah, it can be.
Well, if it's not personal, I would say a morgue.
Oh.
Just because that's creepy as heck. Like,
Yeah.
To me, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Okay, anyway. Just totally getting mental images from movies. But personally, for me, I guess if I had a baby, it would be a baby. Because that would be really freaky if my baby was, like, possessed and haunted by something.
Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine?
Hey, that's the first one for that one.
That is a first one for that.
Yeah. Ding, ding. Do I get a bonus round? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, actually, he's going to follow it up. He just did. Is what would you want to be haunted? What's one object you would want to be haunted?
That I would want it to be haunted. Like, in a good way or a bad way?
You could take it either way you want. If you want it to be bad, to go, like, against somebody else that you really have a vendetta against. or something that you think would help you out if it was haunted?
I guess my house in a way. Like, I've tried to contact my mom, and I don't feel like I've been successful here.
Mhm.
But then again, she probably moved on and isn't hanging around because that's not really her thing. So, nah, that in a good way,
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Yes.
I don't have like any karma I want to pass to anybody, so I guess it'd have to be a good way.
On the other question, I think that the winning answer is toilet right now. I think that's
Oh yeah,
number
that's
one.
the high one. A lot of people say toilet. They don't want their toilet to be haunted.
That would be, yeah, freaky. I've actually had a couple people who have had flushing toilets in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
but I don't think they've been sitting on them.
Oh yeah, that'd be scary. I don't know about that.
Get goosed in the
That
middle
would be
of the night.
weird.
Yeah, get goosed in the middle of the night.
That's funny.
Oh gosh. I still remember though. I say this like every time. We had Michelle Shay on, and her answer was a butt plug.
Oh!
Then
Yeah, you
she,
definitely don't want that to be haunted.
Then she changed it to a garbage disposal.
Then she changed it to a garbage disposal.
But yeah, she said butt plug first.
Yeah, I was just like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, we were talking about all our books and their getaway place that you can go and da 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 and all this stuff, and all of a sudden I ask her that question. She's like, a butt plug, and I'm like, what? Like, I was not expecting.
Yeah, she didn't even think on that one.
She didn't even think on that. She just
threw that out real fast. Nice.
Okay.
It's not the first time she thought about that.
Yeah, I guess
All
not. All right, so before we start wrapping things up, why don't you go ahead again and just kind of let everyone know where they can come follow you, about your podcast, YouTube, where they can find your books.
Okay. You can follow me on Instagram at eves.evansauthor. You can follow me on Facebook at Eve S. Evans Author. It's a page. My podcasts are the Ghost That Haunts Me podcast with Eve Evans, Forever Haunted podcast, A Truly Haunted podcast. Like I say so many. And Bone Chilling Tales podcast. And those are on all major platforms. My books are on Amazon, and I have 20 real ghost story anthologies and a fictional haunted house book that is coming out in March.
Okay.
Woo!
All right. I know, man. That is just like, there
So
you
many.
go. Oh, I know. All right. I'm going to give quick shout outs to everybody who was in chat tonight. Okay, we had myself, we had Kim, we had Shay, we had Mama Deb, Darren, Angie, Andrew, and Matt. So thank you, everybody who was in chat tonight. Thank you, everybody who was not in chat but listening. We know you're there. We appreciate you guys for following us and listening to us. Next week, we do have Mark Lynn on. He is a paranormal investigator. So that's going to be an interesting show. So make sure you guys tune in for that one. And thank you again for being on. And thanks for everybody again for joining us. Peace out, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you want me to end it?
Thank you for listening to REP Paranormal and Friends. Be sure to check out Kim and Allison on Facebook at REP Paranormal Busters.